Hello, my name is Wes Dawson, and welcome back to another episode of Gabagool, Nate. And what a special episode that is, and that isn't inherently a good thing. You see, the well is dry. You know, a few weeks ago we were scraping the barrel, we were picking up scraps off the cutting room floor. The well is officially dry. There's nothing but dust, soot, and old rocks down there. See, the writers are on strike. Everyone wants more money nowadays. They fully deserve it. I just won't pay it. But my own personal zen now has been thrown off, not for these poor bastards who I just callously fired without any kind of compensation. Just the fact that due to the live we did a couple weeks ago, I moved my microphone around, my pop filter around, and now it's in a weird place. I just don't like it. Either way, screw them. I'm ready to go. I just drank a 42-gram protein milkshake, or as I like to call it, the Boom Boom Fire Starter O-Ring Destroyer. Now, I'm not lactose intolerant, but that shit certainly makes me, like, lactose judgmental at minimum. I don't know why. It really, it makes for a Tommy gun experience about 30 minutes after drinking it. So we got a few segments up here that you're used to, a few new ones, and some topics that don't deserve to be on this podcast or any other, or even to be expressed publicly. But like I said, we're out of ideas, we're out of new themes. Here we are yet again. The recurring theme seems to be I'm out of ideas. I don't know what we're going to do. Some big news is that Gabagool, Nate, to some extent, has been canceled, at least on Instagram anyway. The Gabagool Nate Instagram page has been shadow banned or something of that nature, as I can no longer post on it. Now, I know the dozens of people that are on there that are following that page are surely upset. I don't know if it was my Justin Trudeau blackface cover or some of the horrible things that this slutty mouth have said. Who knows? But either way, that page seems to be down and out for the count. Well, let's jump into some good bad. One of the trusted true segments of Gabagool Nate. A good, the false reality that you can create and enjoy on the internet. The bad is that real life will eventually catch up with you. Case in point, I don't know if anybody is aware of this whole Iranian Hulk versus Martin Ford thing. Basically, it's one of those, kind of gimmick boxing MMA fights with not real celebrities, but just, I guess, interesting fights. Either way, it's kind of a thrown to MMA event with the Iranian Hulk, who online presents himself as this giant monster, just a giant among men, versus Martin Ford, this bald, either British or Australian guy, jacked out of his mind. This guy is humongous. But either way, the Iranian Hulk, as I had seen him, he looked humongous. Turns out it was all internet lies. And I think he was really hoping that his opponent was going to be, sort of living in this deluded world of lies and make-believe. Turns out the Iranian Hulk is just some, he's a big dude, but he's basically just an overweight guy from Iran, whereas Martin Ford is like a legit monster. You'd think that he was born from like an internet meme or something, but no, he is a legit monster. This fight will be a destruction. All right, now we're going to move into dumb shit people say who should be smarter, and of course we're going to focus a little bit on politics, everyone's favorite subject to discuss on a comedy podcast. One thing I just find weird, and it's certainly dumb shit that people say, Americans who are supporting Russia and what's going on right now, I find that so strange. Like, you can denounce an attack on a sovereign, democratically elected country by a much more powerful aggressor and not necessarily think that your country has clean hands. Like, there's a bit of nuance to this there. Some people criticize the USA for denouncing Russia while they've done their own sketchy shit. Yeah, of course they have, But it doesn't mean that by acknowledging Russia's wrongdoing, like, absolves the US of its shady past or war crimes or, testing Agent Orange on their own fucking soldiers or the Tuskegee fucking syphilis studies. All that shit, they're not mutually exclusive. They're still guilty and at fault for these things and, should be taken to account for it. But anyway, just a strange turn of events. The internet is a funny place. More dumb shit people say, who should be smarter, well, maybe not, is, of course, old Frankie Legault, our trusted leader. Now, talking about the rising gas prices all across the country, all across North America, all across the world, I guess, he was talking, people asked him about maybe doing like out west and reducing the gas tax to help Quebecers out a little bit. Of course, after about 10 minutes of him going, the guy sounds like a fucking laser printer starting up. Either way, he then says that he thinks maybe a flat payout would probably be easier. A flat rate given out to selected demographics would be much better than reducing the tax amount. So yes, a one-time check of about $200, that should mitigate the cost of maybe 2 fill-ups, and then it's back to the Vidange approach. Bravo. Now for this week's Shoot or Pistol Whip, we're going to keep it local. We're going to keep it in the beautiful city of Montreal. Now the SPVM, the police that run the fucking rackets of the Montreal streets, now they tried a pilot project with camera vests, the police camera vests to kind of check out what they're doing. It turns out it just doesn't work. It didn't seem to be that helpful, and it makes it very hard to harass visible minorities. So they scrapped that whole plan. Now, installing CCTV-style cameras in selected neighborhoods, that's a game. That's a slam dunk right there. So for Shoot or Pistol Whip, I'd say that's a clear shoot. Of course, I mean that metaphorically shoot. Let's not incite some kind of retaliation by law enforcement, Burglaries and armed home invasions, they don't seem very interested in. But I have a feeling if I said some boo-boo words against them, they'd probably come down on me with the full weight of their authority. All right, keep your chin up, positivity corner. I think it's about time for something positive, so let's get into it. Let's start with the housing market in Canada. Now, realistically, let's not, bitch to bitch, but realistically, if I keep working hard, investing wisely, and making smart, sound financial decisions, I should be able to afford my own home easily by 2082. Now, of course, that's a little while away, so in the short term, maybe make sure that the top couple steps at Gam Gam and Pop Pop's house are real slippy, and just wait for that fucking inheritance money to come tumbling violently towards you. Alright, well, just to kill some time, here is Mac the Wolfhound just barking for a few seconds. Well, thank you for that, Mac. It is greatly appreciated. Well, that's about all the time we have for Gabagool and Nate this week. So if you've made it this far through the podcast, I truly do appreciate it, and I thank you for your time. And if you've quit long before, well, you're not hearing this, so fuck you. But otherwise, have a great rest of the week. Have a good weekend. Spring is upon us. I can start to smell dog shit when it's warm outside, so that's a good sign. It means summer is around the corner. My name is Wes Dawson. This has been Gabagool, Nate. Please listen, like, share, and subscribe.